You're watching Michael's Basement Review, brought to you by GeekMontreal.com. Hello, hello, hello. I just came back from the Star Trek movie from last night, and it was absolutely awesome. I enjoyed it a lot. Little things here and there, but for the most part, phenomenal. Even better, even a little bit better than Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan, maybe? No, that's crazy talk. Anyway, okay, so a certain comic book reviewer, who shall remain nameless, said that he liked the Wolverine movie and he didn't care what anybody thought, because I'm hardcore. So what I decided to do is dedicate a top 10 list to him of things I'd rather be doing than watching the Wolverine movie. And number 10, changing diapers for the elderly. Number 9, pretend I was a Mormon and go door to door and try to get people to convert. Number 8, sniff glue out of a paper bag. Number 7, watch the grass grow. Number 6, shoot myself in the foot with a BB gun repeatedly. Number 5, get addicted to crystal meth. Number 4, watch X-Men 3 instead. Oh snap! Oh no, I didn't. Number 3, watch the best of Jar Jar Binks clips. Watch the best of Jar Jar Binks clips. Number 2, I'd like to stick Q-tips up my urethra. Number 1, I'd rather shit myself. Okay, so that is out of the way. No hard feelings, guy. Oh, hard feelings. Okay, so I'm going to be bringing back pictures, yay, and all that professional jazz. So here is my review for Power Girl number 1. Okay, throughout the comic book, the writer decided to use a little different technique with his speech balloons. He made some of the font smaller, so it was kind of like they were whispering or just saying stuff a little bit lower than usual. Now, when he used it, it worked, and it was realistic, but he used it way too much, and it took me out of the element. Instead of two people having a conversation, it felt like scripted dialogue. So you should take it easy on that. I mean, when he did use it, it worked very, very well, but he used it too much that I realized this is no longer a guy writing it. I'm sorry, this is no longer two people talking. It's somebody writing in their talk. That made sense. Okay, and Power Girl has a little bit too much going on for her right now. So she's building a corporate whatever. She's like the head of a company, CEO of her own corporation, and she is the leader of the JSA, and she's also Power Girl. In her last miniseries or in the last run of JSA, she felt isolated. She felt like she didn't belong in this universe, and she didn't really care about her character or Karen Starr. Now she did a completely 180, which is fine, but I would have liked to see how that character got there to that position. I think we're missing out on some very good storytelling, and if anything, it would make us more attached to the character instead of just saying, okay, this is what she is now. And I didn't like that too much. The things I did like about it was the art. I mean, she really, the artist, I forget her name, she has the essence of Power Girl, and it really, she nails it. So that when you see Power Girl, that's Power Girl. Also love the Superman-esque moments. You know, since she is from a Krypton, they do try to make it sort of a Superman feel book. A whole bunch of aliens invade New York City and attack the whole city and take it hostage, and it's really cool how they do that. I mean, when's the last time you saw Superman do that? You know, and it was like a glory day. And the main villain is the Ultra Humanite, and they do some really new, interesting things with him. And I think if they play their cards right, I think instead of it being Flash's arch villain, I think Power Girl has a new arch villain. And I hope, you know, they get into a really good Colossus fight. So overall, I really did enjoy it, and I recommend that everybody do pick it up. But the things I said before, they were kind of minor nitpickings. I have high expectations every time that artist draws a Power Girl series because I like that artwork, and I think a good story should complement great artwork. So, little nitpickings here and there. Okay, War of Kings number 3. Okay, now humor in a comic book is extremely tough to do because humor is all about timing, and comedy is much more easily expressed with movement. You know, I could punch myself in the face, and that's kind of slapstick comedy. And that's what they try to attempt in War of Kings number 3, and they do it successfully. So I'd like to give a big tip of the hat to the writer. There was a couple of times where I was just laughing my head off. If you read the book, there's a line that's saying accessing fists. I was in stitches. So if you read it, you know what I'm talking about. But throughout the book, there is great comedy moments, great comedy relief, and a tip of the hat. The only thing I really don't like about this War of Kings Space Odyssey is it's really too evenly sided. Like at one moment Vulcan has the upper hand, and then the other moment Black Bolt's team has the upper, and that's what it's coming down to, a big fight between Black Bolt and Vulcan. So I mean, I don't feel that sense of crazy ass doom from Annihilation Wave and Annihilation Conquest. I mean, it really felt like they had no chance in hell. Um, but and another thing I really want to see is like Vulcan's been the bad guy for way too long. With his debut since Uncanny. Well, no, they had that X-Men Deadly Genesis or something like that way back. Brubaker wrote some sort of miniseries that went into the Uncanny X-Men books, and then after that went into the own miniseries, and now it's finally paying off again. So I mean, we've had like two miniseries and a 12-issue Uncanny X-Men with this guy. I think his story should be ending, or at least taking a break. He should definitely be losing. It's time for Vulcan to have a rest. And the other, okay, spoiler. Okay, I don't like spoiling books, but Gladiator, he's always remained loyal to the throne. That's what made him such a great character flaw. You know, even when the Emperor was bad, and he liked Leandra better, he always remained to whoever sat on the throne. And now, at the last part of the book, Gladiator switches his character and he remains loyal to Leandra, even though Vulcan is the Emperor. I find this a very strange thing to do, and I don't buy it. And I think that the writer is doing something that really doesn't work with Gladiator's character, so I don't enjoy that at all. The artwork is fantastic. It really sets the mood. Okay, Exiles, quick note. I took a chance and I picked up the last two issues. It was very reminiscent of the original series that went out. I was a big fan of it when it first started out. So if you like the original Exiles, you're going to really like this book. The minor complaint, the story beats are sometimes a little off. He should just try to time in a little bit better. But aside from that, it is a great book. So if you like the original Exiles, go pick it up. Okay, run number 1 from DC. Okay, DC is trying to make the Human Flame a badass, okay? It's a great idea, but it's bad timing, okay? All this Dark Reign stuff going on, it's not the time to put out another bad guy point of view book. I'm kind of sick of it, okay? I think he'd be better off serving as an antagonist. Let's say Green Arrow, okay? That would be a perfect little hero fight, and, you know, Human Flame could be shown as, I'm a tough guy, and, you know, doesn't get taken down easily, and he can get his street cred back up, because I feel that's the mission statement of this book, of what they're trying to do. And if that's the mission statement, you could do that in 6 pages as instead of 6 issues. The story's going to be dragged out. Also, the art is really too cartoony for a bad guy kind of book. I think the guy who draws the cover has more of a noir feel, and that would have been perfect for the inside and the interior. But I'm not a big fan of the art book. Okay, Big Fang Four! Okay, you have to be a little bit of a Marvel troll to like this, because if you notice, it's all the monsters from Amazing Fantasy 1 through 15. The kid in me really liked this, and the humor, once again, he achieved it. I mean, it wasn't the most funny thing I've ever read, but it got me chuckling. So if you have a nostalgia factor, pick it up. It's cute. It's funny. It's one of those books. Okay, last but not least, the New Mutants. Okay, the Comic Book Club has said that the book has been already established, so they don't really need to redo that again. But I never read the book, and I didn't feel that they were establishing anything. I felt like I understood the story, and the story made sense, but I felt like I was missing out on an inside joke, which I found a little frustrating. I mean, I don't know what's the big deal about why the girl's tied up. I guess she used to be a New Mutant, and the guy coming out of the big villain reveal, I'm just like, who's that guy? He doesn't look so bad. It looks like I can slap him around. So I don't know. I think, you know, it needs a little bit more work. The art is phenomenal though, and I guess that's it. Peace.